Good morning, boys and girls. Today we are going to continue our division units, and we're focusing specifically on dividing using that standard algorithm. So we focused on Monday using fair sharing, but today we're going to do the standard algorithm. Don't forget to look back at the to-do list to see what we need to do. There is an exit ticket at the end of class. That's how you exit the classroom. So make sure you watch and follow along. And then at the end, that's when you complete the exit ticket. What I'd like you to do first is I'd like you to simply look at this equation and think of the precise words. We've learned quite a bit of precise words for this unit, and try to use those precise words and label where they go in our sentence. All right, hopefully you have a dividend of 25 divided by a divisor of 6 equals a quotient of 4 with a remainder of 1. Remember we talked about that inverse operation and how we could double check our work. So we learned that we would take our quotient, we'd multiply it by our divisor, and we would add any remainders. So we would add our remainder. And if we were correct, it would equal our dividend. So 4 times 6 is 24. 24 plus 1 equals 25. So it does equal our dividend, which means 4 remainder 1 is correct. We used our inverse operation to double check. Just a reminder, if you need to take a picture or just give your brain a little flashback of it, of our steps when we use the standard algorithm, okay? All right, let's get started. So our first equation is 47 divided by 4. So my first step is simply listing my 10 multiples of 4. So 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, and 40. Why I do this is it gives me a cheat sheet. So when I get to the division part, I already know the answers, really. Then I'm going to list my steps. I have divide, multiply, subtract, and bring down. How I remember these is I think of my family. I have a dad, a mom, a sister, and a brother. What we're going to do now is we're going to simply divide. So I have 47 divided by 4. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at this 4 and I'm going to look at the first digit. So I'm trying to see if 4 can go into 4. So I'm going to look over here and see if I see the number 4. And why, golly, yes, I do. I have 4. How many times can 4 go into 4? And that's 1 time. That's me dividing. So now I'm going to go ahead and multiply. Sorry, it's not the best multiplication sign. 1 times 4 is 4. Notice that I lined it up underneath the 4. That's me multiplying. Now I can subtract. 4 minus 4 is 0. Now I'm going to check and see if I can divide. Can 4 go into 0? So I like to think of people. Can 4 people fit into 0 chairs? No, not good. And there's no 0 over here. So that's when I bring down my next number. Okay, so I have the number 7. Okay, and I'm going to see, can 4 go into 7? So I'm going to repeat all of these steps. Can 4 go into 7? I'm looking over here for the number 7, and I don't see it. The closest I see is 4 and 8. 8 would not work because it's bigger than 7. So I'm going to do 4 again, and it can go in 1 time. That's me dividing. Now I'm going to multiply. 1 times 4 is 4. Check, I did it. Now I'm going to subtract. Notice that I'm lining up those place values. And 7 minus 4 is 3. I'm going to try to divide. Can 4 people fit into 3 chairs? No, and I don't see the number 3 up here. So I'm going to see if I have anything left to bring down. I don't have anything left to bring down. So that means that this is my remainder of 3, giving me a quotient of t equals 11 with a remainder of 3. Okay, this was me following the standard algorithm. You like to take a screenshot so you have an example in your iPad for later. If not, let's do one together. 38 divided by 3. What I want you to do is I want you to think, what's the first step? What do I need to do first? Hopefully you said to yourself, Mrs. Andrews, you need to list your first 10 multiples of the number 3. Go ahead, pause your video and list these for me. And then we list our steps: divide, multiply, subtract, bring down, dad, mom, sister, brother. And we have our equation, 38 divided by 3. So our first step, do you remember? We're trying to see if 3 can go into 3. I'm going to want you to right now pause your video and try the next few steps all by yourself, and then check back with me if you get stuck, okay? All right, so we're checking to see if 3 people can fit into 3 chairs. We're going to take one place value at a time. So I'm looking over here for the number 3, and I see the number 3, and I see that 3 can go into 3 one time. So I skip counted by 3 one time. That's me dividing. Now I can go ahead and multiply. 1 times 3 is 3, right? 1 times 3 is 3. So next I subtract. 3 minus 3 is 0. Try to divide. Can 3 people fit into 0 chairs? No way, Jose. So I'm going to bring down. Notice that I line up my place value, and I'm looking for the number 8. So can 3 people fit into 8 chairs? Yes, they can. There's 3, 6, 9 would be too much because it's more than 8. So it can go in 1, 2 times. That's me dividing. Notice that I put my 2 above the 8, okay? Now I multiply. 2 times 3. Now you don't have to figure this out. 2 times 3, it's right here. You just circled it. Is 6. That's you multiply. Now we subtract. 8 minus 6 is 2. Now I try to divide again. Can 3 go into 2? Do I have anything left to bring down? So my remainder is 2. So you should have for a quotient, V equals 12, remainder 2. All right. Hopefully this is starting to come a little easier for you. If not, we're still going to do it for a while, so don't panic. Let's go ahead and try this one. I'm going to have you pause your video and try it all from beginning to end, all by yourself, and then check back with me. All right, friends. So hopefully when you did this, you listed your first 10 multiples of 4, and then you listed your steps, and then you went ahead and divided. So first we're looking at the number 8. Can 4 people fit into 8 chairs? So I'm going to look at my list of multiples to see if I can find the number 8, and I can. 4 can go into 8 2 times. So I put my 2 above that 8. That's me dividing. Then I multiply. 2 times 4. I don't have to figure it out. I already did. It's 8. So I multiply. Now I'm going to go ahead and subtract. 8 minus 8, 0. Before I try to bring down, I see if I can divide. 4 going into 0 doesn't work. So I'm going to make sure I line up my place value. Can 4 people fit into 5 chairs? So I don't see the number 5, but the closest I get without going over is 4. And I know it goes in 1 time. That's me dividing. I'm going to multiply. 1 times 4 is 4. Notice how I line up that place value. 5 minus 4 is 1. Can 4 people fit into 1 chair? No. Can I bring anything else down? No. So I have a value for C of 21, remainder 1. Nice job, guys. Before I don't want to take up all of your time here, so I want to show you the superstar question. It's on your exit ticket as well, but I just wanted you to know that when we're doing something like this, it's the same process, but I want you to try it because I haven't taught you yet. Just try it and see what you think, okay? The exit ticket for today is math exit ticket 1216, right there in Schoology. So when you go to Schoology, you should be able to see it, hopefully. And make sure that you're showing all of your work. So today we learned the standard algorithm again. So guess what strategy I want to see? The standard algorithm, okay? And then just remember to submit it back here. There is the precise language where you match it up, and then there's dividing, and then there's your superstar question. So 3 questions for today. All right, guys, thanks for working hard.